Hello, hello, and welcome back to another moon ceremony. I'm Safrianna Luna, the Queer Spirit Guide. And as always, it is my honor and delight to be here with you in this space, whether you're tuning in live or you're catching the replay, just to hold you in this spiritual container where we come together to expand, to grow, to deepen our relationship with ourselves, with one another, and with our mind, body, spirit connection. Pamela, so glad that you could make it here and that the notifications are working. That is, just in case, I will give an opportunity at the end to let you know how to sign up so you can always get the notifications for these, so that if you are really pumped about being in the live energy, you can know exactly when I'm going to be going live. So delighted as always. So let's get into tonight's overall vibes. Just in case this is your first time, I always start by anchoring into the collective energy I'm noticing right now. Then I will invite you to set some intentions. I'll do an energy clearing. Then we'll go into a guided visualization or meditation, followed by me drawing a couple cards for the collective. So that's the general flow. And in terms of what you need, I just suggest you have a notebook and a pen in case there is something that you want to write down. And I find it really illuminating to go back and look at the intentions I've set at the different moon phases, because of course I'm live for the new moon and the full moon. And so these are the times where I also dive extra deep in my journal and just really have these check-ins. So these are really for all of us. But with tonight's energy, we're at this full moon in Leo. And this full moon energy is just, it's potent as always, right? Our full moons tend to come with a lot of more intensive energy. It's really come to fruition over the course of the moon phases since the new moon. And it's been this very interesting to me, like a building of energy, but it feels almost like pressure cookery. And I often have that experience, but it feels like it's happening even more in the collective right now. Like we're really coming to the edge of something. And I have a lot of intuitive friends. And if you are hanging out with me here, you might have your own intuitions about what's coming down the pike for us. But there is this sense of something is coming. And what we need to do in that, with that something, is really anchor down into who we are and what we're here to do, who we're here to be. Our voice, our spark is so needed right now. And that's what I'm really feeling the pull for the collective is with this moon phase, is this: find your spark. What makes your heart sing? What lights you up? And get really freaking clear with that, because that's the beacon that's guiding you forward. We don't want the beacon guiding us forward right now to be our fear or our shame or our guilt or our disappointment, because if we let that continue to be the beacon forward, it's not going to get any better than it is right now. And I know every single person I know right now is in some kind of pressure, change, transition, movement, momentum in their life. So we need to anchor down into who we are and who we are here to be more than ever. So finding your spark is definitely a big theme that is, on my heart this evening. And Leo, of course, is about confidence, using the voice. Leo represented by the lion, right? Roaring. And so the question is, what part of you is really ready to roar at this stage? What part of you are you really ready to let step forward and take charge with confidence? And that is my invitation for you to consider when it comes to your intention setting. So let's just move into a time of intention setting. This is where you're going to want to grab your notebook. And this intention is something like, in the coming weeks, I'm committed to, I invite more of, something like that. And I invite you again, what part of you do you want to step forward with more confidence? Where do you maybe want to use your voice? Is there an intention around that you want to set? So if not, you can set your own intention, but I'm going to take a moment here to jot down my own. So, as always, you're welcome to share your intentions in the chat if you would like, whether you're here live or in the replay. And you can always send me a DM if you just want to share your intention privately. But do you have an intention for stepping into more confidence? Do you have an intention for how to use the power of your voice? Your voice is so needed right now. So, let's just take a few more moments to write down these intentions. So what's coming through for me is my intention is to share more in places of value. I'm really honing into some community spaces that feel really good right now. So just an invitation to myself and an intention to really lean in there and really standing confidently in my no. I think we could all use that. Pamela is inviting it more fun. I would love you to have more fun. That is like the thing that I want us all to have more of right now is fun because it's the exact opposite of this collective swirl that we're in right now that's just like miserable, gunky, awful, unethical, like all of these really challenging emotions are coming up right now that need to be confronted. Now, I'm not about bypassing the shadow, but many people are turning a blind eye to them, so they're not really able to be worked with. And so we actually need more of the joy to help us have the capacity to get into that sticky stuff that we want to clean out, that we want to clear out. So let's just move right into our energy clearing because that is on a macro scale and a micro scale. In order to confront the collective issues that we're going through right now, we need more joy. We need more play. We need more fun. We need a lot more lightness. And when I say lightness there, I don't just mean light as in shadow light. I mean lightness as in energetic lightness. Because we need to be able to go deep into the shadows and really clear a lot of this stuff out that is holding our collective in a karmic swirl, just continuing to hurt one another, continuing to do harm to the planet, right? So if you're a person right now that's really struggling with the weight of it all, I see you. So let's just take some breaths here. We're going to move into a time of energy clearing. Of course, you are welcome to keep journaling if anything's coming up, but just allowing your breath here to become cleansing. Let each inhale and exhale really bring you in relationship with the flow of life. Feeling that life force flowing through you with the power to cleanse and clear. So as you inhale, calling yourself back home. And as you exhale, letting go of anything that does not belong to you. Anything that's not authentic to you. Anything you don't need to carry. The exhale lets that go as much as is willing and ready to be released right here, right now. Release, release, release. Maybe there's some things around confidence, maybe some stories around confidence that you're ready to release. Any energetic patterns that might block you from stepping into confidence or using the power of your voice. If there's any visibility wounds, maybe just seeing if there can be gentleness around those right now, and maybe even some release. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Seeing if you can layer in some relaxation in the body at all here, maybe letting the shoulders drop away from the ears, unclenching the jaw, maybe even relaxing your hands, palms up, fingers loose in your lap. Just seeing where you can invite in some more ease. Again, ease and joy and play are the energies that are needed to really balance out what's happening. collectively and personally. Yeah, I'm really feeling like we just need this little extra bit of clearing here. There's been so much heaviness, so much uncertainty and fear. And for right now, right here, can you let that go? Can you be with you, with me, with the collective here, working together, aiming for better for ourselves and for others? Right here and now, you are safe and nothing bad is happening. You are here with us. So, an invitation here to really get in the body for a moment, if you're comfortable to do so, and just really shake it out. Just really shake out any energy that needs to move. And if it just feels like an emotion needs to move, maybe just bringing hand to heart center and a hand to the belly, and just acknowledging that whatever heavy feeling is here. And you don't have to try to send it away. Instead, you can just give it some compassion, some love, acknowledge it, and sure enough, that will begin to loosen it and allow it to release in its own time. Hmm. So, we're going to go into our guided visualization here in just a moment. So, I always like to say, receive this however is right for you. You can keep journaling, you can have your eyes open, you can get up and ecstatically dance. There is no right or wrong. Uh, but just to receive this however you receive this. You may experience images in your mind, you may receive words, you might just get impressions. There is no right or wrong of receiving these things. So please be kind to yourself, take what you need and leave the rest. Um, as I was talking about with a client earlier, they said, I really know that if something isn't for me and I tell you that, it's not going to hurt your feelings. And I'm like, that's exactly right. You create this experience for yourself. So let's just take a moment here and begin to open our heart space. So I invite you to call on anything that helps you begin to drop into unconditional love. Maybe a recent moment that you shared with a loved one, an animal companion, or with Mother Nature. And just breathe as you're beginning to call this in. Just breathing with yourself here, noticing the quality of the thinking mind, noticing any thoughts, feelings, or sensations that are here with you in this moment. And then returning to calling on unconditional love. And if no moment latches on, if nothing is clear, of course, you can always imagine that you are with your favorite animal, perhaps even a bunch of them, just surrounded by cuteness. Anything that brings a smile to your heart. And as you bring that gentle smile to your heart, will drop down from the thinking mind into the heart space and continue to allow that feeling to grow. And as you allow this feeling of unconditional love to expand, you begin to open a portal in the heart space. And as this portal opens, you can see land dimly lit by the moon, a savanna with large, craggy rocks, almost like a scene out of Lion King. So, as you're ready, step through into this portal and find yourself landing here on the grasses, seeing the landscape dimly lit around you, basked in that silvery moonlight of the full moon. You're here tonight to connect with Leo energy, but it doesn't have to be the lion. Take a moment to begin to anchor in to what the energy of the voice, the energy of confidence, the energy of your light, what that looks like, what that means, and perhaps any guides that are here to help you work on embodying these Leo like traits. So just take a moment to connect in and see if any of your own personal guide team and or lion wish to work with you. Just taking notice of any supports that are here for you. And again, knowing that if no specific guides show up, lion energy is here. As you begin to walk forward with your guide or guides, finding your way over the landscape drawn in by the full moon. You can see that there is a rocky outcropping, a ascent that you could climb to get as close as possible to the moonlight. It'll take a little bit of time to get there. So as you make your way towards the light, making your way towards this just immensely beautiful glowing moon, absolutely brilliant in the sky, you feel the comfort of your guides. You feel the comfort of knowing you're a part of a collective, the confidence that you are showing up for yourself to do the work. You are amongst the people willing to walk these shadowy lands, willing to go within. And that's something to be proud of. That's something to build your confidence that you are not blind. You are not turning away from the darkness, but moving through it, moving towards an even greater source of light, clarity. And you get that sense as you near the moon, as perhaps you arrive at the bottom of this cliff upward towards that peak where you can bask beneath the moonlight. As you arrive here, really take in that sense of pride for how you show up for yourself. And yes, there might be some inner voices that chime in to remind you how you can take better care of yourself. But more on that later. For now, can you be proud of the efforts that you do put in? Proud and confident that you are showing up, that you're taking these steps. And just pausing here to see if there is any message, any affirmation from your guide or from your higher self that you need to hear about where you're at in your process. Just listening for a moment for any messages of how proud you are, your confidence, just words of affirmation. And either way, just again, knowing you are doing it. You are here, and that is worth it all. You begin to climb up towards the light, the moon growing larger and larger and larger in your view as you climb higher and higher and higher. And as you draw closer to the moon, you see yourself illuminated. You look down, you see your hands, your feet. There's a tangibility here, a moment in time, you and the moon, where you feel truly present to your higher self, to the reality of who you are. This spark that exists within you, this essence of your soul, you can only hold but a part of it in this human body. But as you stand and receive this light, you can see that spark, that essence glowing within your own heart, glowing and growing as you stand, and you may lift your arms up to the moon. You might feel yourself drinking in her light, allowing that to flow in, suffusing you, building your confidence, building your sense of self, your pride, your anchoring here in your body. Your creative spark, your imagination, your intuition, your inspiration, your hope, all of these things and more contained in that spark of you. And as you stand here at this precipice, there is something within you, a message that you wish the whole world could hear. What do you wish the whole world could hear? And as you witness yourself here, allow yourself this moment to speak those words, whether here in your heart, whispering it softly to yourself, or yelling it to the room. Allow yourself to give voice to what you need to share, what you need the world to hear. What would the impact of this be? See the impact of the words you need to share reverberating through the world. Take some moments to imagine and to send out your intention, your love, your joy, your highest intentions. Let your highest vibration be sent out, cascading over the whole world and rippling right back to you at least 3 times. I love you. Unconditional love is here for you. Know that you are so worthy, that you do not have to strive harder. You simply need to allow your light to shine, the spark and essence of your soul to shine through. There's no right or wrong of how that looks, how that manifests. But you will know in your heart of hearts when you are living in alignment. You will know when you are sharing what you need to share. Because even though it will feel hard and it will feel challenging, there will be the utmost joy and light in it too. And that is how you know when you are weaving the path of shadow and light back and forth, in and out of joy and grief, sorrow and laughter, play and rest, creation and destruction. See yourself weaving in and out of this, knowing what it can feel like when you find balance. Balance does not look like fun and play and joy and laughter all the time. It looks like deep, nourishing rest. It looks like going within. It looks like showing up to do the inner work as much as the outer work. And your way is unique, and you can be confident about that. So take some moments here just to land anything in your body that you need to, soaking in this moonlight, receiving leonine energy, listening to any messages from your guides. And then, still listening, still paying attention to anything else that wants to come through, you can begin that trek back downward, feeling the moonlight on your back. Still able to see the glow of her light all across the landscape as you make your way back down, back towards the portal of the heart. Remember that there is something only you can do, and that is be you. The most important thing you can do is be you. Not your traumatized self, not your ego self, but you. All that you are. That is shadow and light. That is active and passive. That is giving and receiving. All that you are. You get to be that. So may you receive that and know that you are so beloved by the universe. You are such an important part of the whole. You are a beautiful individual, and there is community here to receive you and to lift you up. As you're ready, taking some moments to say thank you to your guides. Thank you to your higher self and yourself for showing up to do the work. Just receiving anything that you need to in these final moments, knowing that you will always receive what you need when you need it. And then stepping back through the portal of the heart, fully integrating back into the body, perhaps wiggling the fingers and toes. And if they're not already open, when you're ready, gently fluttering open the eyes and taking some moments to look around the room. Call this the no tiger twist. Taking some moments to orient into the space and really come back home. So take some moments here if there's anything you need to jot down in your notebook. What I love about having been doing these for so long now is I've gotten to see so many ways that people receive these. There have been beautiful pieces of art created during these rituals. There have been full journal entries, created, channeled during the meditations, things that people pull through that just lead into incredible breakthroughs. And that's why I keep doing it, because it's just so nourishing to share space and to hear the ripple effect of what coming together in these ways does for us. So let's pull some cards. So as you journal, I'm going to go ahead and clear my cards here. I'm pulling from the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle by Kyle Gray. I feel like this one likes to come out every few months. And whenever this is the deck that calls to me, I know that we're really in the transition times. Yes. No. Okay. I know we're really in these transition times when this card calls this deck this deck of cards calls in particular, because they are like super channels of gateways we need to step through. Yeah, I was like lost in the sauce there. I was like, what portal are we going through right now? We're about to find out, because it was really pulling me. All right, here we go. All right. So the Akashic Stargate is the first one here. And you can see on this card that there are multiple gateways that are open. It says aligned with purpose, crossroads, and no wrong path. I can't wait to see what the rest of the cards are going to say about this, because there are no wrong paths, but we want to go with the path of most joy, of least resistance, of highest integrity, of most inclusion, of greatest purpose. And collectively, we look like we're on the struggle bus with that right now. So, this is a reminder that on a personal level, we may be at a crossroads. But for us personally, as long as we're choosing love, as long as we're choosing our highest alignment, there's no wrong path. It can be like, for me, I could keep doing this, and this would be a great path. I could quit doing this and completely 100% go be a full time author. That would also be a valid path. I could scrap both of those and just be a full time therapist. None of the paths are wrong, right? They'll all turn us back to ourselves. But what is your highest path of greatest alignment that really, really lights you up? That's where you're being invited to go. This really has to do with that spark. And here we go, the Stellar Gateway activation. Infinite potential in manifestation vortex. This is what I've really been feeling. Pamela says it always seems to be that deck when I make the live. There's probably something to that. And Donna, you are so welcome. The Stellar Gateway here, I'm really not surprised about this showing up, because this describes the energy I was tuning into. It's like this pulsing vortex, pressure building, potential, like so much is possible right now. There really is infinite potential that's right within our reach. We have to be willing to reach out and take it. And that's remembering there's no wrong path. If you start to walk forward, if you make a decision and you start to walk forward and it's really not right for you, you will know. Again, there was something, I don't always remember what I've just like guided, but there was something in that meditation that was really about weaving this path and finding, what lights you up along the way, and knowing there's going to be challenges in there. But do you feel that slog of, I cannot stand any of this? Why am I doing this? This is purposeless. Or do you feel that, yeah, shit's really heavy right now, but when I do this, I feel really lit up and there is joy and there is tenderness in that? That's like, walk into those possibilities and you're going to keep manifesting greater and greater levels. All right, what's our last one here? Oh, this one's close to my heart, obviously. So Lemurian seed codes. Embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, and living with grace. So the message here with these Lemurian seed codes is that, all right, I'm just going to speak as a Lemurian here. We are on the cusp of destroying this planet, and we don't have to do that. And this starts literally within. You can live in communion with the planet. You can embrace your sensitivity. You can embrace your uniqueness, and you can live with grace in your alignment. And when you do that, you're going to give back to the planet. You're going to fuel the planet, because I guarantee you, if you are sitting here on this live stream or watching the replay with me, that you are a person who wants this planet to thrive, who wants all beings to thrive, who wants to be able to honor one another's sensitivity, our emotions, our depth, and how beautiful and unique each one of us is. So that starts within you. And so there's really an invitation to plant this seed within you and let it grow, nurture your uniqueness, and know that it's needed. Because as long as you do that, there's no wrong path, right? The more that I look at this card, the more that I'm like, these are all of the paths for each of us, right? We're going to walk lots of different paths, right? Like, this might be our family, and this might be our hobbies, and this might be the things we're learning right now, and this is our spiritual endeavors, and this is how we're exercising, right? Like, all of these different paths of how we take care of ourselves in different ways. And by embracing each layer of ourselves, we really step into this manifestation vortex. So that's what's coming through. Yeah, okay. That card said no, and I flipped it just to be double sure, and it is not for this. So, yeah, the message is pretty clear here, right? I think it is about stepping into higher confidence with love, and with this highest intention that even if things are challenging, even if they're not what we would love them to be, how do we create more of what we want? How do we create more of what we love and enjoy ourselves, balance out the energy, right? The energy's pretty funky right now, collectively. So, how do we really balance it within ourselves so that it can continue to ripple out? And what message do you need to share with the world? I would love to hear if anyone wants to share with me the message that came through. Mine was just like screaming at the top of my lungs, love yourself over and over and over and over again. I'd say that's pretty accurate for the message I want to share with the world. But whatever you received, even if it's not something you feel ready to share with the world yet, know that you will in time and that there's an invitation to sit with this. And if what came to your heart seems not in alignment, or you're not sure why that message came through, maybe it shocked you, or you just don't know what to make of it yet, sit with it. There's something there in you that's being invited, being called up to the surface for you to really play with. So, please don't hesitate to reach out and share with me whatever has come up for you. As always, I am here every new moon, every full moon to hold these spaces so that we have the time to tune inward. When we miss these opportunities, it can be pure chaos. So I am pretty sure the next time I'm live is Thursday, February 27th for the new moon, which will be in Aquarius. And we're going to see what's happened collectively between now and then. So I would love to hear some just exciting stories about things anchoring in and opening up for you in just the most nourishing ways, letting your voice shine, roaring your message in the world, being the voice of love. Like ultimately, all of this is about being the voice of love. Yeah, just be love. So, just in case you are not on the notifications list and you want to be notified every time that I am going to have a moon ceremony, you can go to safrianna.com/moon and you can sign up for those alerts. I tell you I'm going to like tell this story every time I'm live now. I'm going to drive myself a little bonkers, but I crack up every single time. I'm so ADHD and so manifesting generator that I am so grateful for my own email alerts because they remind me of when I'm supposed to be here. So if you want reminded of when to be here too, head on over to safrianna.com/moon. And as always, it is my long term intention to keep these ceremonies completely free, and to just have them open to anyone who needs to benefit from having a spiritual place to land, and be just witnessed in themselves and for themselves. So if you have the means and desire to do so, I would so appreciate donations. You can head over to safrianna.com/donate to do that, but it is never mandatory. Always appreciated. I am so grateful for each and every one of you being a part of these. I will see you back here in about 2 weeks. Please be gentle with yourselves. Don't overdo it, and be love. All right. Until next time, my friends, I'm Safrianna Luna. Bye for now.